here today with Tobey Ann Terry, and she has a fantastic bio. So I'm actually gonna read some of it because it's too much to even remember.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to get everything in. So that I'm just gonna look at my iPad because I have all my notes, and she has done such an amazing job on creating a fantastic life for herself. And so you're going to hear it in a sec. So Tobey Ann is a passionate advocate for beauty. She's a former salon and spa owner. She's a transformational business coach for beauty professionals as well as a transformational coach. She is the president of Archive Beauty, a business.
Achieve.
Oh, Achieve.
Achieve.
Beauty.
We're not archiving anything. We're putting it out there.
Fine. I'm reading it. It says Achieve. I'm reading it wrong. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Achieve Beauty, a business building school and community for business professionals. And is, as if that wasn't amazing enough, she is the founder, CEO, and creative director of Naked Soul Beauty. So it is a luxury organic skincare and hair care brand. So today she is going to tell us her personal journey as a single mom of twins. And she's a divorced, single mom of twins who went through her own personal journey and the spiritual practices that led her to where she is and to help conceive of this idea of having her own beauty brand. So I'm going to turn it over to Tobey. She is going to tell us about her transformation and how her spiritual practices led her to that transformation. Mm-hmm. And all about the journey that led her to where she is right now. So with that, I turn it over to you.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me, Lynn.
Oh,
I'm glad that we're finally connecting like this. So a big transformation through going through a divorce that I wanted. And in the beginning, it was I don't want to use the word easy. Nothing was easy about it, but it felt good. I wanted it. We still lived together for a while, so I wasn't living in the reality of divorce. I was still co-parenting with him under one roof, sharing bills, all that, just a little bit more freedom to go do things because he's home with the kids, and when he goes and does things, then I'm home with the kids. So so that kind of infused a lot more after I made that choice, more passion back in my life. I had gained like 20 pounds leading up to my separation, and the weight just started kind of falling off, and I was exercising more. I was eating healthier because I wasn't cooking these big meals at home and drinking beers or wine with everything. And as a way to like stay home and try to connect, and just none of it was working. So going through that transformation, I felt the passion coming back, and I was looking better and feeling better, even though I was, I'm in the beauty business. I still working. I still, my hair is always done. I wore nice clothes, but I just didn't feel that great. And then going out with my girlfriends and connecting with them again on a different level, that brought back the passion and kind of sensuality back in my life. And so I experienced that, right? Then about a year and a half later, we finally move out from each other, and our divorce was final. And then I'm living by myself with my two kids. We had split custody, so definitely support there. There was no financial support going either way. We just, you pay for your stuff, I pay for mine, and we split everything with the kids. But just that raising 5.5-year-old twins and a household by myself and paying for the whole household by myself, it was just lonely and dark and shocking. And all that. It was depressing. And then just going through lifestyle changes that he adopted was really hard too. How he was handling his pain through it all, and just not being with my kids. So it was horrible. It was dark and horrible, and you couldn't control it. So it was a journey, and I had a lot of support. I had my friends, I had my family. I was already in another relationship, and but it was awful. Like the reality of it all was awful. Not to the point that I wished it was different, like I made a mistake, but it was
I
just
was
sad.
going to ask you that. Were there regrets about the decision or anything like that?
No, there wasn't any regret. It was just sadness, and I was scared, and I had things to fear, and then I felt a lot of guilt, and what I did to my kids and splitting up the family and the pain that I caused him. But it takes courage to kind of make that leap. And of course there's going to be guilt, and there's going to be fear, and there's going to be questioning, and there was never regret, because I knew I made the right decision for the life that I wanted to live, and that we just weren't on the same path. We just didn't have the same outlook and goals. And um and, and then there was definitely some lifestyle issues. So and I don't want to get totally, he's not here to talk about it, so I don't want to get totally personal with that.
Yeah,
But
of course.
because it was about him, and how I was reacting to some of his choices, and I'm sure he felt the same about me and stuff, and the pain that I caused by ending our 18-year relationship. I think we were married for 14 years, and it was just sad. The whole thing was
Sure.
really just traumatic, and people don't realize how traumatic divorce is, whether you were left or you did the leaving, and especially when you're a woman and you do the leaving and you have young children. You just think that you're ripping your family apart.
Of course.
And it was awful. And so through that process, I really relied on spiritual practices, and I did practice spirituality, a new age type spirituality. I love reading about metaphysical. I love mediums, and intuition and intuitive healing, and of
Yeah,
course
you're
yoga,
talking to the
meditation,
right
all of it.
person.
Yeah,
You follow with me, of
I
course.
love all
We'll
that
talk
stuff.
about this later. Yes.
Yeah, but I did start going to church too. I mean, I just
Uh-huh.
wanted to be immersed in a community of people that just were about healing and helping, and like prayer, and like all of it, and then just everything that I could do. Something would work for a little bit, and then I would try something else, and then it was just a constant um, flow of
Sure.
spiritual activity. But and then mixed into that, because a lot of people didn't see like the deep dark pain that I was going through, but then I would dress up and go out with my girlfriends, or I would go on a fun date with my boyfriend at the time, and so I mean, it was an infusion of spiritual and beauty, and fun and passion, adventure, just to kind of to get through it. And it took a
Sure.
long time. It took a long time, and finally, I mean, that was 3 years ago, when I was going through like the thick of it. And I think just like I just turned 44 in June, and I woke up on my 44th birthday, which I do share with my children, but they were with their dad that morning. And I'm like, wow, like I have arrived. I have no more guilt. I mean, whatever little guilt I have, I always say I'm best friends with her, but I felt free of the hard choice that I made. And I don't know, I just feel so much better, feel alive and guilt free, and that I'm empowered, and I'm so in love with my ex-husband. We have a wonderful relationship, and we always did through it, even through the hard times. Our love that we still had in our bond um would come together. It was just rough, and then now it's like we are so close. So
That's fantastic, especially
yeah.
for your kids.
Oh
That
yeah.
that's wonderful. So, in the thick of this darkness, was how important was your business and your business drive? Did that keep you going through these dark times, in addition to the spirituality that you sought?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I love my businesses. I love being a business owner. I've been an entrepreneur since a child, you know, and a lot of entrepreneurs say that, but
It's
I was
common.
putting, yeah, I was putting price tags on everything, wanting to sell everything, plain store, plain business, thinking about my careers, you know, I mean, just like I had girlfriends, like little friends come over and I would charge them a quarter and I would conduct an aerobics class. Like, I mean, it was like, you know, like I just always mix like making money with my passions. It's just
Right.
one of the things that I love to, that's what business is. And so you know, I have been a business owner since I was 19 years old. So, I would, yeah, I would just never give that up. You know, sometimes I'd put it on hold and would go through things, or you know, or like I had worked for a product line, I acquired the formulas, I bought them, and then I worked it. And then going through my divorce, I kind of closed it all down because I knew I wanted to rebrand right from the beginning and redo it and craft some things. And so, but through the divorce, you know, I just kind of like scaled that the product line back. I was still doing hair, and yeah, maybe like 4 days, 3 or 4 days a week, and raising my babies, and so going through the divorce, I ended up at a Deepak Chopra retreat, and I had done that before. And so I go back and I'm doing another one, and then I'm like immersed in this culture of spirituality and the meditation, which, you know, things that was doing at home, but being so immersed into it, I finally like got the feeling like this is what I want my branding to be. You know, I had other options from before, you know, a Spanish brand because, you know, we're from Santa Barbara and the line that I was working for was Spanish, and or highlighting my signature ingredient, camellia, white camellia oil. So do I call it camellia or white camellia or camellia white, and make it more about Asia and the geishas, because that's the ingredients, the beauty oil of Asia. So there was definitely directions I could have gone for sure and easily, but nothing ever felt right in my gut, in my soul, in my heart, like none of it. And then when I went to that retreat, um, it was like, this is it. I want it to be more spiritual, spiritually infused, that vibe, but I also want it to be sensual because that's another thing that came alive through my transition, through my transformation. So I wanted to be like a sexy, soulful, spiritual brand, and to empower women to be soulful and spiritual, but to also come alive through beauty and beauty practices and feeling good with what we put on or what we choose to go do, you know. So that's kind of how it came about.
Well, that's great. I remember the first time that you and I connected, I remember seeing a post on Facebook where you were asking people about names.
Yes.
And I remember, and soul was just something that to me, it really talks about, you know, it's not the fact that you don't have clothes on, it's the fact that your soul, you're bearing your soul because there's something really powerful and deep going on. And
Right.
there's a message here. And I thought, how perfect is that? Because, you know, I, like you, feel beauty is transformational. And it is something that is not only about your face, or it's about all of you, how you
All of it.
feel, how you get up in the morning, what you do, what you say. That's all what beauty is. So Naked Soul, to me, it really resonated, and I thought that's what it has to be.
It's what it has to be. It was a very magical moment. I mean, you know, so the business part of it, you know, you think of a great name and it's like, well, now I got to see if it's out there. Now I got to see if I can
Right.
trademark. So there was names before Naked Soul, and that were beautiful. So the first part was like, okay, now I have my direction on my messaging, how I want it to feel, the spirituality, and what I want to highlight. And so, of course, I want to come up with a name that reflects that. And then so soul was definitely a part of it. I think it started off as sacred, and then sacred soul, and like it was just like going through the whole.
I remember the word sacred.
Yeah, and a lot of, remember, I was putting up a lot of names, and I was using my Facebook community, not only to help like push through it, but also to start putting the word out about it, so building business. And so I was sitting down with my mom. My mom was in town. She was with a group of girls golfing or whatever. So she was staying at a hotel. So me and my kids go and meet her. We were going to go have a little dinner in the bar and then go swimming. So we were sitting in the bar. We had a glass of wine, and the kids were sitting there. They were, probably on there, like just doing their little thing. And I'm like, we were thinking of something soul, this soul, bear soul, da 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 soul, da da da. And she's like, what about naked soul? And I'm like, oh my God, that's it.
Yeah.
Like that is it.
Right.
And you feel it. And that's why I didn't name my product line 2 or 3 years. I think it took me 3 years to do the whole rebranding process, or naming process, really. Cause I started off with the branding and then the name, cause you can't do anything without the name, right? You can't build anything, can't make a label, can't take photos, can't do anything. And so it's like, oh my God, this is why it took so long, because it needed to feel like that in my heart, as well as the spirituality aspect of it. And it was just such an amazing moment that my mom and we got to share that together, because everybody was involved. Even you were involved.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it feels great. Last week, Jennifer Witter was on, and she has her own public relations firm, and she talks about the fact that branding, the questions that you really have to ask yourself before you establish your brand, because it is so important. And for you, so much of that is encapsulated in your name, because Naked Soul says a lot. It says it reflects something very personal, very deep, very genuine. But also, tell us a little bit about kind of the secret sauce of the products, and why that name also applies so well to what you've created.
Yeah, well, the next step the next step was putting names on all the products, getting all the branding, and with the way visually it was going to look. And after a meditation one afternoon, then I had the insight of naming them with affirmations. And so that just carried the spirituality even further, so that women, when they're in the mirror, because I used affirmations a lot through that journey of divorce, and still through the journey of a lot of things I want to create in life. But just being able to look at myself in the mirror and say those affirmations and feel better, and all those moments on the floor crying, and guilt ridden, and shame, and sadness, and fear, and scared for my kids, and like I just said, things that were just going on during that time. And so when I had that insight, that was definitely from source. It wasn't just like me sitting there brainstorming, and it hit me like that, just like the name. I'm like, okay, so we're putting affirmations on the bottles, and I feel like, and I'll get into why the products work so well in the ingredients, but I just feel like that just sets us apart so much, because they're not just words, they're not just little sayings. It's like really deep, spiritual, soulful affirmations. Like, I want it right here. I'm like, I awaken the goddess deep within me, and the name of the product is Goddess.
Right.
And so you can apply that to so many different things in life. And so that is the secret sauce. And
no, yeah. And the thing that's so beautiful about it is, I really do think that there is a type of woman who really connects with a message like that.
Oh yeah.
I really believe that speaks to them very loudly, and it says something very personal, like that product is for me. I resonate with something much more so than walking into a department store and seeing something with a label that that looks like, you spent a fortune on it, but doesn't really have anything more than a brand name.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the thing that, like, we don't really need to go in and spend a fortune on anything. I mean, they're not cheap, they're handcrafted, they're just formulated so beautifully. They work. I mean, I was a consumer of the formulas before I actually owned them, I mean, I'm not a chemist by trade, you know. I acquired it through my journey of having issues with my skin, and lifelong issues with my skin, and or since I was a teenager, and then after I stopped breastfeeding my twins, my skin was just completely dehydrated and cracking, gross, just like lackluster, nothing. Like, so everything that I was doing before was, with breastfeeding and being pregnant, my skin was great, and I was using a line for that I finally found that was great, but it was like 10 different products over 3 different days. And
Right.
so I was having issues, and then a face cream that I didn't really like, but everything else kind of worked, and it kept my skin clear. Because my problem with my skin is that I have dry skin, but it's blemish prone. And so I don't really get a whole lot of wrinkles, and I don't have the oily skin, like the acne skin. So it's just, aging skin, because I was getting older and older, but that is blemish prone based on what I either use or don't use, or, hormones or stress or food, right? Like, that's kind of what happens. And when I came across this line, it was a brand new client that sat in my chair, and she said, we just got talking, and she said she owns a skincare line. I'm like, oh my god, I'm looking for new skincare. And she said, well, my business is closed down, but let me, for a few months. Like, she just kind of treated it like it's a little boutique hobby business. It was way before indie brands was a thing, way before cleansing oils was a thing, and way before social media exploded and everything that you can research on the internet and all that in this department. So I got some samples, and then within 2 days, my skin was glowing. It was radiant. And so I'm like, wow. And the face cream felt beautiful. That's what I love most than anything, is a really beautiful, yummy face cream. And she gave me a cleansing oil, and I had never used it. I was scared, scared,
Sure.
scared, scared to use
That's the
it.
thing. Everybody's terrified at first. They think oil. I can't put oil on my face. It's going to break
Terrified.
out.
Right, right. But the right one and the right way you do it. And sometimes you might feel a little bit of breakout, but it's just your skin getting used to the oil, because it's so sucked dry and stripped that your skin is overproducing. So then when your skin is in that process of overproducing from stripping from normal like gel cleansers, or just like kind of foaming gel cleansers, and then you put oil on it, and then it's overproducing the oil. So you might see a little transitional breakout, but within a week and a half, maybe two at the most, then your skin just evens out, and your skin is radiant and dewy and glowing and soft. Your makeup goes on beautifully. It was unbelievable, and that's just kind of how my journey started with becoming a product line owner. And 4 years before that, I manifested. I mean, I put out there that I would love to own a product line. I read a book. I was inspired. And I'm all, I need a product line. I want to do this more. I want to travel more. I don't always want to work behind the chair to
Right.
make money, right? So,
You
and
put
and I'm
that
an
out there.
entrepreneur. Yeah, I want to do different things, and and then 4 years later, I mean, it was 4 years, but within that time, I became a mom. It literally dropped into my salon chair, the opportunity.
That's great.
Yeah. So
That's,
it comes in all different forms. You can do it in all different ways. So
yeah. No, did you think about it every day? Did you have that clear intention every day, or did you just put it out there and it showed up later?
I just put it out there. I didn't know what it would look like. I put it out there in a way, how am I going to even do this? Because, like I said, the information wasn't on the internet. That was in 2007, and YouTube, you can YouTube anything now. Back then, you really could. Like, how do I create products? How do I start a product line? When you don't even do it at all. Like I formulated, but I formulated hair color. And it came to me like as a skincare line. I'm like, and that was great because that's where my issues were. That's where I was like really in the trenches of what like consumers go through. And I had to go off to different stores. I couldn't just buy it from the beauty salon, the salon that I worked with, you know, with my
Right.
hair. I didn't have issues with my hair. I could just do it. I mean, I always use great products, but it was, my hair is always like, it always receives it really well. But my skin was such an issue. So, and I was having problems with a line that did work that had way too many steps. So when I came in contact with these formulas and this brand, this line, it was like 4 steps that did it all. And I'm like, I had these same exact issues like a few years before, you know. So it was really just like meant to be.
Oh,
And
totally.
it yeah, and it came to me in a way that I could pursue it and act on it and start working with them. And then after a year I bought them.
I was
So
going to say, did she become your partner? How did that work?
she was my mentor, and she was getting married. She didn't need to work. And like I said, it was like a real small baby boutique business. And you know, sometimes like sometimes she worked it, sometimes she closed down the website. I mean, you know, like just whatever she wanted to do, right? And so I just said I would love to buy them. I would love to do this and grow it. And it, you know, it's been a journey, but it's something that I just love having in my arsenal of entrepreneurial journey. And
That's
yeah, it's something I
great.
can offer in some way or another. So it
She,
became more than I thought it was going to be.
yeah. Did she have the manufacturing in place? Because that must be a very difficult
Yes.
fact.
Yeah. It's all handcrafted. And that's what, I mean, that's what all these indie brands do. Like it's all small batch, handcrafted in our own studios.
Yeah.
You can, as you grow, you can, you know, outsource it, or you can never outsource it and then just open up your own manufacturing. I mean, on a bigger level.
That's wonderful. Now, you love the fact that it's 4 steps, that you don't have to do, you know, 10 different products in 2 days, as you said. How does that work in terms of expanding your product line?
Well, I do have 10 products in the line. So the 4 product system is called Simplicity Collection, and that is for the woman that just wants one product that does multiple things. That's simple, a simplified skincare system. So I do have 3 masks in the line, but I am actually in the works of kind of scaling it back a little bit more. So, but 3 masks in case, you know, if a woman loves to try different masks. So the one that's in the collection is called an exfoliating mask. It's Love Exfoliating Mask. And so it's hydrating, exfoliating, anti-aging, skin clearing. It does everything. So multi-function use. But then I have another mask that's called Breathe. And it's just an anti-aging, like supercharged anti-aging mask. And it's perfect for just quickly putting it on and rinsing it off 10 minutes later, and then putting your makeup on and go out, and your skin is like ready for the night. You can sleep with it. You can come home, take off your makeup, and then put it on and just sleep with it. So it's a really easy to use mask. Whereas the exfoliating mask, there has jojoba beads in it, so you can kind of get in your hair. Like it can, you know, like you don't really want to do it like right before you went out, unless like you were just putting it like kind of right around here. But right before your shower, it's a great shower bath mask, or you're washing your face and going to bed kind of mask. So there is, you know, some differences. And then I have a pomegranate oil that you can turn the face cream into a night cream, because our face cream is face and eye, day and night. So it is one cream that does it all. But if you want to turn it into more of a richer luxury night cream, then one pump of the oil can just kind of beef it up a little bit, so to speak.
So great.
And there's different oils. There's a hair oil that also can be a body oil. And then I have 3 different cleansers, an oil cleanser, and then a cleansing cream, which I'm thinking about even discontinuing that. It's still the oil-based cream, but it's just infused with our signature anti-aging cream. So it's something that you can still create in your own hand. So just simplifying it, you know, so I'm simplifying it, keeping it simplified for my clients, but I'm also, as you know, if I'm speaking to entrepreneurs, like also where can I simplify my business as well and educate on how to still have those benefits in the line.
How much of your business is coaching, and Who are the kinds of clients that you coach?
Oh, so okay, so coaching is a fairly new endeavor that I have been taking on this last year. So hair clients, like my salon clients, it's amazing, like how much coaching I just even do through the salon. And so so that's part of it, and then part of the coaching journey has been, who do I really want to coach? What do I want to coach
Yeah.
on? And divorce and blah blah blah. Like beauty entrepreneurs. And so my heart has really landed with, as of right now, beauty entrepreneurs, and helping them go from beauty school to beauty brand, and really up leveling their salon career so that they can expand into something different outside of the salon, so that they're not always just trading hours for dollars, and they can really create their big dreams. So whether that's a brand, or it's an online course, or maybe opening up a school, a certification, writing a book, hosting events, you name it. It's the options are endless.
That's great. And do you do it physically, one-on-one, or do you do it remotely via computer?
Oh, via computer.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing how easy it is
Yes.
to be able to do it.
Yes. And then I work with Achieve Beauty, and so that's more of a community
Yeah.
of entrepreneurs, and then there's a set of leaders that we all work together with them in terms of adding different revenue streams in their business. So plugging into to business models that we offer, or helping them create different business models that they can implement in their business, or that they can also train other entrepreneurs to plug into as well. So it's a business building academy and resource center. So if they want to create a tool, we can do manufacturing and patent work. We can create online courses, help them write books, connect them with other people in the community that might need each other's services. I have a product line that I can offer to all the wellness salon professionals, as well as coaching and leadership, and just and giving them direction and options from our resource center on how they can create more revenue streams in their business. And that could even be bringing in some health classes, or certifications that they can go do, or events that they can plug into, like event models that they can plug into and start doing that as well, or creating one.
That's great. So is that an online community, Tobey, or is that a physical community?
It's both. It is online, so anyone can join and be a part of it and get on all the calls, plug into the systems, and then there's 2 conferences a year. So that there's definitely in person, and I'm getting ready to go next week to the October conference, which will be my first one, because the beauty division of Achieve Systems is just launching this fall, and so I'm new to the whole community, and they were right along with what I teach beauty entrepreneur or beauty professionals, to how to really become an entrepreneur and what that may look like for them.
That's great. Where's the conference? It's
in Denver.
Denver? Great.
Yes, meet me there. Come on out. Meet me
That
there.
would be great. My October is kind of full, but that's when.
Right. So there'll be one in October, and then the next one will be in June.
Sounds great. I'll probably be at the June. Are they going to do that in Denver as well?
Yes, and then so as the community grows, I'm hoping that we get one out here in LA, especially with all the beauty pros.
Yeah.
For beauty pros, and so it's a small community, meaning it's tight knit and close. I think they're gonna have about 300 people at the conference. So
great.
So I'll know more. It's this is gonna be my first experience. So so I'm really, that's what I'm passionate about, is helping like salon professionals become more financially successful in the salon, so that they can really fund their big beauty brand dreams with making more money in the salon in less time, so they have more time to go work on.
Of course, because that is a tough business, and people think, oh, it's a great way to make money. Well, think about the fact that it's time consuming, and you're really not making that much money when you talk about eliminating the overhead and everything else if you're a salon owner. Not to mention the fact if you just work for a salon, it's not going to make you into, a multimillionaire. So
yeah, and but you can definitely be a six-figure earner part-time, and that's what I do. And so there is a lot of money in the salon. You just got to know how to find it, and it starts with your choices, how you show up, how you market yourself, not get stuck on trying to find your whole clientele on Instagram, which is what a lot of the new professionals are being taught.
I'm sure.
And yeah, and how to really show up, and how to be really efficient and effective in the salon. And it can be a great way to make a great living. And it just depends what your goals are. And definitely don't work for someone. No, you need to be either, if being a salon owner is your goal, then that's one way. But if you want to work outside the salon, I would even say scale back from that, and you just want to be an independent contractor, and then go from there. But that's a whole nother conversation. I don't know if there's a lot of hairstylists.
I know. Well,
they can look. But you call me. We can talk.
I was going to say, I'm already thinking about how we can take a couple of these, make a couple of programs and put them online, which would be really, and then I can get them out to people I know. So, because I think that is a great and very necessary aspect, to hear somebody who's been there, who understands, who knows that you can do it, and here's how to do it, and giving them hints that they might not have ever even thought about.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody can work with me in 3 or 4 sessions, and then and then they're on their way. And to get really efficient in the salon, and then we go from there with what they want to create in their beauty brand. So I can get them on a path and put them in the right direction, and it doesn't take very long to do that. It's it's pretty amazing. So on how effective they can work in the salon, but they just got to make the right choices.
That's great. Do you also work with makeup artists in addition to women who work the traditional hair care and styling from that aspect?
I can work with anyone that wants to create a brand outside the business. So another thing with Naked Soul, if they want to be a private label my product, because they're opening up their own studio, or they have their own spa, or they're a makeup artist, and their network is huge, especially if they're a traveling freelance makeup artist. So I mean, I can work with women that are just kind of uninspired, or don't have enough passion to kind of get going with their business, or if they have a little idea but they just don't know how to start it. Like, a lot of women out there that are stay-at-home moms, or that have corporate jobs, or regular jobs, they don't really know how to get that entrepreneurial journey started. And so, I mean, I can start you that way too.
It's a process, and it's difficult because you're bombarded with everything, and you think, oh my God, I'm going to go on the internet and I'm going to learn this, or I'm going to have the most robust social media and everybody's going to find me. And no, it does not work like that.
Yeah. So it's just getting them on a path, and then here's the steps. And it's just about not giving up,
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like, do you have a viable idea? And then, okay, let's start creating a buyer's list, start creating that email list and building that up. Everyone's like, oh, I'm just gonna put it on Instagram or Facebook. It's like,
no,
it's one aspect. I mean, your personal Facebook is more helpful than anything, really. Yeah. I mean, out of all social medias, your personal Facebook group and Facebook groups. And then if you have the big budget, you got the product, and you're rolling and you're ready to scale, then you bring in the ads. So
yeah, but it's not that easy.
No, and it's not that cheap.
No, it's not that cheap. No, it's not. Yeah. Nothing against Facebook ads, because I know they have worked for a lot of people. But if anybody's out there watching thinking that they're gonna have $1,000 month in terms of spending, and they're gonna exponentially grow their business, maybe not, because it just takes a while to get the momentum, and it just does not happen overnight.
Right.
It doesn't. So I love the idea of this whole business to business model, helping women entrepreneurs, giving them a start and giving them ideas. But you've also got something that I think is really, really cool, and that's your gratitude program. Talk a little bit about that and what that means and how people can benefit from that.
Yeah, it's called the Gratitude Goddess program. So I help entrepreneurs put a gratitude program into their business. So helping them show appreciation to their clients or surprising them with gifts when they sign up for their services or their packages. And it's really common to send out thank you cards, and sometimes people send out food or brownies or cookies. But gifting with luxury beauty that has beautiful affirmations on the bottle is a way that you can really impress your clients, really show that you care, that they really mean a lot to you, and it deepens your relationship with them even more. So your connection with your clients, and especially if you're a coach that does more business kind of coaching, or not so much more beauty or transformational work, this is a really great way to bring in that self-care aspect that your client needs as the foundation for really like showing up in their business, or whatever that you're helping them kind of do, like solve the transformation. So it's kind of putting that into your packages with them, and so it's a great way to build that connection.
So do you do that private labeling only, or do you do it with also with Naked Soul?
I do it mostly with Naked Soul. There is some private labeling options, just depending on how big the account is. I wouldn't do it for a small account because, I mean, and for the person it'd be really way too expensive. So it just depends on how big their clientele is. So, like for retreats, like let's say they're doing retreats on 3 or 4 times a year basis, and there's a lot of people coming, maybe they would benefit from having their own branding on there.
Uh-huh.
And so that is a possibility based on the consultation. But no, just a Naked Soul gift package. There's different sets at different packages at different price options, and I treat you like a store account, so you do get a big price break because you're sending it out to multiple clients, and you're continuing doing that on a monthly basis as you get new clients coming in. Or if you're having a big event, we can put packages together for that. I have the bigger kits that I have, the whole Naked Soul experience, where they get one of everything. Also comes with a beauty consultation for your client from me too, so that your client gets even more help and support with what you sent them. And then there's also a business opportunity on the back end for my client, the business owner, to become an influencer for the brand. They can put it on their store, on their pages. If your clients want to purchase more, or get to know more about it, and or refill what you got them, they can purchase through you. So there's also a way that you can open up a revenue stream.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm all about that as an entrepreneur, and easily supporting their client by just kind of going through your channels and your platforms that they're already on.
Yeah, I love that idea. I'm sure you've had great response to that concept.
Oh yeah. It's a really amazing program. I mean, it's like I said, it's been really common to send thank you cards, but everyone's doing it, and it is
You have
not that it's not,
you have to
yeah, not that it's
differentiate.
right. It's not that it's not great, but imagine your client getting a package in the mail, and they see that it's from you, and they open it up, and it's this beautiful, like beautiful bottles. Like, I mean, they're just like beautiful bottles of handcrafted skincare, beauty oils, hair oils, and with a card and saying how much you appreciate them.
So if say somebody's watching this and they said, oh, I'd really like to do this for 3 or 4 selected clients. Is there a minimum? Do they have to say, okay, in order to do this, I've got to commit to at least 20? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, definitely set up a consultation with me. And so we can go over what your needs are and what your client base is like.
Uh-huh.
But there definitely is a minimum. It's just like a salon can't, or a spa can't call me up and go, I would like one of this, you know, and they can, but you need to go on and buy it through,
A
through the
retail.
regular channels.
Right.
Yeah, online, just like, you know, like everybody else. So providing it for business owners, yes, of course, multiple sets have to be bought, but it's totally doable. It's small minimums entry, and so yeah, and eventually I will close out the program to a limited number of people, a number of clients, to make it really exclusive, and it will be turned into a membership model where there'll be a monthly flow, and that's. I mean, that's ultimately what you want. You want to create this as a regular part of
Oh,
your
sure.
business model, is a really strong gifting and connecting program, and you know, and you're always having new clients come in each month, and so it is something that you need on a monthly basis or every other month. So
Yeah.
and so many different types of businesses can use it. I mean, anyone that's service based, or you know, coaching. I mean, realtors can have a package of
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah. It's amazing for a
Yeah, I'm working with a boudoir photographer right now. She's gonna bundle it with some of the other things that she sells, because she sells products like, you know, their pictures in like, in, you know, albums or journals, or, you know, I think she's. Or I give her an idea to put one of the beautiful photos of in a journal to one of her clients. So when her client opens up, she sees this beautiful picture of herself, and then what that can create in her journaling, and you know, put like a beautiful love mask or the goddess face cream.
Yeah. How does Goddess not work with that? That is so ideal. It's
Yeah.
great. It's really
So,
fantastic.
yeah.
Well, I
So
love
you can
that.
just
I love
use
the
it
idea.
in so many ways, and it's so unique. So
So what we'll do is when we finish, what we do is also put everything, all the links and for more information on LDTV Talk Scoop, which is a separate fan page on Facebook. So we'll
okay.
put the link to that, Tobey, to either, you know, learn more. They can contact you about the gratitude program, because that's amazing. As well as we'll put the Achieve program. If anybody really wants to know more about getting involved in the Achieve community, that would be perfect. So
Yeah, like what you said earlier, we can come back and do little shorter interviews of those one topics, and you said put it out to
oh yeah,
your
I
yeah.
love that idea. We'll definitely follow up for this. But now we're going to get
Sure.
to the lightning round, which I'm going to ask you a few questions. So,
I'm so bad on the fly.
okay, a person that inspired you or inspires you, and why?
Oh, okay. I have so many people. Okay, so I mean, my daughter totally inspires me. She's so cute and little and articulate. The things that she says, I mean, she teaches me how to let things go. She teaches me, like, one day she came and she's like, Mom, I was a mom. I played a mom to these twins at school. She's like, wow, you work really hard, don't you? And you know, so she just inspires me to know that, like, you're just always learning, and you can always, like, be like impacting people around you. So I love her. And then a business one that I love is my new mentor that I love is Shanda Sumter, and she inspires me to be. It's okay to work hard and to be a little off balance and everything. And I did a live the other day, and I used the word balance, and I didn't mean to. I meant to use the word juggle, because you know, that you know, there really is no such thing as, like, really driving your businesses and it's equally balanced with whatever is going on in your personal life.
Right.
But I meant to use the word like, how do you juggle it all, because you're not 100% neglecting anything else, and you're still working on it. So
Right.
just feeling empowered to go and work hard and drive. I mean, I do like to use the powers of the universe and not do all the things. That's what I mean. But working hard meaning, like, just like never giving up, and it's always endurance, always about endurance. So she's definitely one of my mentors. And then of course Oprah. Okay, so we all know that.
And Deepak,
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best business advice you ever received.
Oh, well, never give up. So just if you can just do one thing every day, like, and just build on it and let that create the momentum. A great book that I'm reading is The Slight Edge. And in fact, I put it down for about a week. I need to get back into it. But just know that when you start something, like, don't give up on it, because eventually you will start to feel or start to see the benefits of the compound effect from it, and the momentum it's creating. So I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I have multiple businesses, so I can't listen to all the people that say just do one thing. I can't. Mine are all
No,
so
nor
super
can I.
interconnected. Yeah, and they're all interconnected. It's not like I'm an architect and then I sell beauty products and then I'm a dog walker. I'm like, I work in a salon, so I can still service my beauty pro coaching clients in a way that these are the things I'm still doing that works, and I've been doing it for 25 years. And I have a product line that's beauty related, and just just consulting and all that. So yeah, so I just love it. Just keep building on what you're doing.
Great. The best personal advice you ever received.
Well, when you are starting to experience stress, or you see stress, you feel stress, do whatever you can to eliminate it. That's why my mom told me. She's all, you have stress, eliminate it. Like, it's a choice. Do what you can do. Like, just do
What's
it.
your favorite
So,
thing to eliminate stress?
I don't clean. It's, I don't. I love my housekeeper, so I don't. I love to declutter, and I love to, like, straighten up. And I love doing my dishes after I cook. I love, like, doing that. But like, I don't have time to spend all day scrubbing the floors and the bathrooms and all that. So I have a regular housekeeper, and I have everything ready for her. My laundry's all sorted, ready to go. So that eliminates stress. If I had to clean my house every week, oh my god. And what else eliminates stress? Any kind of stressful relationship, like, I don't get involved with that. And I don't get involved with politics. I feel like that's very stressful. I don't watch the news. And my clients are my news, and so I can approach them with a very unbiased opinion and listen to them very compassionately with a lot of understanding, because I don't have it all, pent up from what I agree with or disagree with. So I mean, I'm definitely passionate about women's rights, but I don't get involved in the deep conversations in the work environment. So
Yeah, probably a really good thing.
and it eliminates a lot of stress. People get stressed out about all that
Oh,
stuff.
oh, absolutely. How about meditation? Any favorite meditation on your part, or?
Yes. Yes. So I don't really eliminate stress with meditation. I use meditation to prevent stress.
Right.
So I think with eliminating stress, I mean, I love to have a glass of wine. I don't really drink at home, but because it helps you control my health and my fitness. But I love to go out to dinner, and I love doing that. I love being with my girlfriends, and I love going to yoga and all that. But beach walks. That's a great one.
Oh,
But
yeah.
meditation, I love following. I follow Joe Dispenza,
Oh,
and
yeah. Well, of course, Joe
I
Dispenza is.
I just had to give that book back to my girlfriend. And I follow a lady named Sanea Roman. She channels two spirits called Oren and Deben. So I think it's like orendeben.com, and amazing plethora of meditations. And then my new person that I just absolutely love, her name is Emily Aarons. She's at emilyarons.com. Maybe Emily Aarons also on Instagram. And I just joined her membership. Oh my god, she's an energy clearer and does meditations, and she specifically works with female entrepreneurs. Oh my god, she's incredible. I love her.
Great. So you'll send the links to all this when we're done.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And just working with them. I mean, I was using Sanea Roman back in the 90s to manifest and attract clients in my hair business. Like, it's incredible. And then 2 years ago, I was thinking, I'm like, I really need to like beef up my clientele a little bit more. I need to grow my clientele. And I think it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And I'm like, I remember Oren and Deben. It was like I would do the meditations and I would attract people like that. And so I got back into it, and it's paid off. But I also use it for all kinds of reasons, like eliminating, eliminating stress. But if I stay on my practice, I don't have stress.
That's true. That's fantastic. You just talked about a person or account that our viewers should follow and why. So you just did that with those.
Yeah.
three.
And follow Naked Soul Beauty.
No,
Follow
of course.
me.
Definitely.
I'm a great account for that, for those reasons too. And I don't tell you what to do every day.
No,
Accounts are
not
like,
follow
do
Naked.
this, be that. Gotta remind this. Da, da, da. It's like, no, a few days a week maybe.
How about a charity that people may not be aware of that are doing great things?
Oh yeah, you know what? This one just came across my station the other day, or in my mail or whatever. It's called Cut It Out, and they're affiliated with one of our top distributors in the beauty business, and they help with domestic abuse with intimate partnerships.
Oh, that's great.
And so educating hairstylists and beauty pros in the salon on how to see the signs, because we work so intimately with women.
Oh yeah.
And how to look for the signs of domestic abuse.
Oh,
and then what we can do to help or guide, or I don't know, but just leveraging our intimate relationships with our clients. So I thought that was pretty fantastic.
That is, because people tell their hairdresser things they never tell anybody else.
Yeah, or things that you don't, that they don't tell you, but you can still see the sign. You can read between the lines in the conversation. So I think they're doing a whole training around it on how we can help. But I thought that was really fantastic. I don't follow a lot of charities, but yeah, I mean, like little ones that you like pertaining to your question. But we just did a big at the last event I went to for Toys for Tots, and just being reminded, like you kind of, I mean, when I say Toys for Tots, right, you know about it, but
that's like forever ago, but
right. And
yeah,
and Shonda Sumter, that I went to her event, she's a huge advocate for it, because one of her favorite thing is Christmas. And so we raised $64,000 at that event. And I think the year before she raised like a couple thousand, because she just auctioned off one thing. And then from that particular instant, her last year's event, she had an auctioneer in the audience, and so they auctioned off these shoes for like $6,000 when they were only supposed to be like $600 or $800 that she was just going to auction off, because she had an actual auctioneer. So then this year they did it again, but we just did it for she did some items, but just did it for money. Like, okay, who wants to put $100? Who wants to put $1,000? And she did a full like auctioneer. We had paddles and everything, and they raised 64 grand.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And she's going to take all that money and invite everyone that wants to participate, and go to Walmart or Target or wherever she goes, and line up all the shopping carts and go and line them up, and do it all in trucks. So it's a very known organization, but somebody that's doing it so differently,
Yeah, that's great. So this has been amazing. Thank you. We're going to have Tobey back, because she's going to be our resident beauty guru. She's going to be,
yes.
There are so many avenues we can take this, whether it be coaching, whether it be product, whether it be, inspiring people.
Right. I thought today was very entrepreneurial, so that was great. So
yeah,
to come back and talk
it's
about
wonderful. Absolutely.
self-care and
I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Anytime. I'm here.
Thank you. Tobey's joining us from Santa Barbara, if I didn't make that clear before. One of the most gorgeous places in the U.S.
Yes, it really is.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah. What's your weather like there today?
Oh, God. It's foggy right now.
Oh, well.
It's been sunny and warm all week. I mean, it turned fall like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, all this, like right at the change of October. And then we had some warm, hot days, like high 70s. And today was going to be a beach day. I was going to pick up my kids and take them to the beach. So I don't know. I haven't looked at my weather yet. I don't know. Like it's foggy. It's cold.
Burn off. It's always beautiful in the afternoon.
Yeah, I know, but it's been sunny from the time you wake up to the time the sun goes down, and warm and gorgeous. But not today.
Of course. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to close you out and just spend a couple minutes talking about next week's show and what we're going to be doing, but we'll definitely having you back.
Okay. Bye.
And if anybody has any comments about any questions they want to ask Tobey Ann, we're going to, you can put them in the comments or put them on the scoop. As I said, we're going to have all the links to the gurus she talked about, people who've inspired her. We're going to have, and the book that she talked about, we'll have it all on LDtvTalk Scoop. So thanks again.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Tobey was great. Yeah. It's such a great story and such an amazing brand. Naked Soul. How it's just like you see that and there's a story behind it. So I talk about things before I wrap up. I talk about the fact that you can win one of our smudge sticks by texting "Tell Me" #talk to 866-320-6011. So do that. Text me. You'll be entered to win, or put it in the comments. Information from this week's show. Again, we're going to have it on LDtvTalk Scoop. Next week, we are going to be talking about going off the rails as far as food is concerned and how you get back by tuning into your body. My very special guest is Mindy Gorman-Plutzer, and she's written a book. She's about to introduce her course. She'll have a special for us, and she's going to be talking about the importance of understanding who you are relative to how you eat. There is a definite connection there, and listening and tuning in is key. Mindy will tell you more about that. So before I leave, I want to talk about what I'm fanning about this week. I've talked about this before, but it just deserves another fan, and that is somebody who is going to be coming on our show in a few weeks. Her name is Allison Sherwood. She is from the Los Angeles area. She has a website called Deep Rooted Woman, and she makes these amazing malas. So among other things, amazing bracelets. So definitely you'll want to watch when we have Allison on our show. Kate Burkett is also going to be coming on our show in a couple of weeks. And then we also have lined up Marina Rose, who is going to be talking about her close encounter. And yes, that's exactly what it means. So stay tuned. We love having you. You're all wonderful. And we will see you here next week. And the replay at 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. We go live at 11 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday. So have a beautiful week, and we'll see you soon.